Welcome to our tier list of the 50 states. We got the intuition, baby. Which state are we gonna name? Drop a comment what state you live in, and we'll rate it for you with a tip, baby. We're rating states. Let's get right into it. We're going
all of them.
all 50 states.
Hold on to your hats.
Should we start alphabetically?
territory.
Should we start picking them out? Should we start cherry picking?
Should we randomize? Can you randomize the list?
You cannot.
All right, we'll just do it in order then.
Okay, let's do it in order. Alabama.
Alabama.
Listen,
You can see our categories here. Oh, let's explain the categories.
Yeah. I would say
Let's start with Missouri.
The states have gone too long without being ranked. Our little tier list here.
I said Missouri because it's misery.
Missouri. Above Missouri, we have the in-laws would live here.
You don't want to go. Nobody wants to go see their in-laws.
Your father-in-law, your mother-in-law, they settled down here, and you have to go visit them.
You have to go visit them, or you yourself have to admit that you suck.
Or you're a bad son-in-law. Above the in-laws live here, a little bit better. They do have gas stations that you can poop at.
That's all you're doing on that state, though.
You can stop off on the way through a road trip. You can poop there.
I have like this like personal thing. Like I have not officially visited a state until I have my 2 feet have touched the soil of that state. I have gone to the bathroom in that state, and I have eaten something.
Yeah. Above gas station poops, we have wet fart summer vacay.
That's like it's a state that like when you were a kid, your parents liked to go to for some reason.
There's no arcades. You go there and you're like, there's no arcades. There's nothing to do.
Disney World. There's just like.
My parents are going down to the Econo Lodge to play bingo with their friends.
Yeah, all I have is this Atari.
Yeah, I'm stuck in my room. Up next on our list, we have would visit the folks here.
Self-explanatory.
It's nice.
Driving through the state.
Be like, yeah, we can go see them. We can go hit up
Mom
the
and Pop are
the old...
doing well. Going into their house, after they moved.
There's like a good antique store there,
Next category. My headcanon.
He lives there. So like, when I'm imagining myself, when I'm imagining my family, that's where I'm moving to.
I think to not overcomplicate this list, like let's just not even like the cost of living.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're not looking at cost of living.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Up next on the list, top tier, we got Bald Eagle, baby.
Now that's America. That's what I call
cream of the crop, America. Beautiful land, gorgeous homes.
The Europeans love it.
Scenery. I think it'll be different for both of us, though.
You think we're getting
maybe not too different, but I think
we're gonna find some bald eagles, and I think it's gonna be Alabama.
Let's start with Alabama. What do you think about Alabama?
Alabama, not great.
Not great.
Below wet fart.
Below wet fart.
Let's start there.
Many in-laws live in Alabama.
Yeah.
I feel like there's many in-laws that I would be like, oh, we have to go visit Mary down in Alabama. Roll Tide. Sorry, Alabamans.
Come on, Ding Dong, let's go to Alabama, I guess. Alaska.
What do you think of Alaska? I can't think of many bad things to say about it, but honestly, I also
other than like, there's not much in Alaska.
Yeah, exactly. I can't think of much of Alaska.
You'd be like, wow, it's so beautiful up here. I'm also looking at Russia right now.
Like, we see snow, and we're like, this is fucking awesome. Oh, my God. They see snow, and they're probably like, dear God, please stop.
Oh, you have to take into account that night lasts for, like...
30 days of night. 30 days of
night.
They
have a vampire
30
movie.
days of night.
I would visit my folks there.
Would you visit your folks there if there were vampires there? No. Keep in mind, Alaska has vampires.
But,
we know this
I'm
now.
just saying, if I had a summer vacation in Alaska, it ain't a wet fart.
It ain't a wet fart. You're right.
It's going to be a cool vacation.
Okay. I would visit the folks there.
Arizona. I like Arizona.
I don't think I've ever been.
I've been to Sedona and Monument Valley.
Okay. Both of those are pretty notable, pretty places, though.
They were absolutely gorgeous places. You go to Sedona, you feel like you're walking around on an alien planet. It's incredible. Monument Valley, kind of the same deal. However, the spaces in between those two locations. I was the only person on my family trip where I was like, I love that there's nothing out here. My headcanon lives there simply because I'll be goddamned if the IRS knocks on my door all the way out there in the desert.
Frolo and Ding Dong. Support tax evasion.
I'm going to say my headcanon lives in Arizona.
I'm going to let you take this one.
There's
I trust
probably a lot of things about Arizona that people watching this video would be like, why would you say that? Just the parts, like, what I've seen of Arizona. I love it.
That's fair. That's all we can go off of right now.
Yeah.
What do you know about Arkansas? Already, I have to say, that's an iffy flag.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's going to show you the pretty parts of Arkansas.
Here. This seems
they can't
Little
even,
Rock. Okay.
Look, this state can't even figure out how it's spelled.
That looks pretty bland. I can't lie.
Yeah.
And
That's Little Rock.
you know what? If you live in Arkansas,
Hey, and if my aunt lives in Little Rock, so if you're watching this, sorry.
we're harsh, dude. We don't care about feelings. In-laws?
Yeah.
In-laws, yeah.
That
Okay,
is an
that also
in-laws.
feels very in-law-y, yeah.
Yeah.
California? I've never been.
I love it. I love California too.
I've never been.
And I also know that that's going to piss some people off. California, beautiful state. A lot of fun things to do in California. It's got 3 major cities that are featured in movies, all right? You got San Francisco, which is the one that I've been to.
Right.
Beautiful city, fun place. Then you got Los Angeles. Everyone knows Los Angeles. Everyone in the world
It's
knows Los
huge.
Angeles. It's huge.
I feel like you have to put it high up just because of how big it is. Like, there's so much to choose from.
San Diego. I mean, come on. Point Break takes place there.
You literally don't get better than Point Break. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? In the studio, okay? They're like, we need someone who's not a California-sounding surfer, but has to pretend to be one. Keanu Reeves, do you think you can pretend to be a California surfer? And Keanu's like, yeah, I don't know, dude. Let me see if I can.
Just that alone, I say bald eagle, baby.
Bald eagle, baby. Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go ahead and take this one. I'm just no debate. My headcanon lives in Colorado.
Colorado's great.
I'd put it above Arizona. Would you?
Yeah.
I love Colorado.
I've been to Colorado 5 times.
Not a negative thing to say. Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Can I talk to you about something? I want to talk to you about Connecticut. How do you feel about Connecticut?
How do I feel about Connecticut? It's okay.
It's alright.
It's
You
okay.
ever been?
No.
Me either. Listen, dog, I cannot lie. I see no difference from Arkansas. That looks exactly the same.
It's okay though.
It's okay. Yeah. It's fine.
okay.
I'll tell you what.
I don't think anyone
I would visit
who
the
will ever
folks.
watch this video even remembered that Connecticut was a state.
That's true.
Wet fart summer vacation.
Wet fart summer vacation.
Like, it's okay.
That's like you're staying.
like-
You're staying with grandma and there's nothing to do, and she lives in Hartford, Connecticut.
Specifically, like, people that live in New York.
Yeah.
Their parents are like, oh, let's go to Connecticut. And they're like, Dad, we could have gone to, like, Disney World. I mean,
Washington D.C. That's a fun one. There's a lot to do there. Yeah,
I grew up around that area. There's a lot to do in D.C.
a lot of museums.
I would visit the folks.
I would visit the folks. We do.
I would visit the folks there.
We visit your family in D.C. all the time.
That's true. Delaware?
Delaware.
Couldn't tell you a single thing about it other than it's between Maryland and Pennsylvania.
You could tell me that was Little Rock, and I'd be like, yeah, that was the picture we looked at for Little Rock.
That's Delaware. That is the city of Delaware. Delaware. Hold on a second. I have a saving grace for Delaware.
Okay.
To move it up from in-laws live there. All right. They have an Earl of Sandwich
Okay.
at a rest stop.
That's immediately getting it up. Earl of Sandwich is amazing. If you haven't eaten at Earl of Sandwich, get the holiday turkey from Earl.
They have an Earl of Sandwich.
South Carolina. A little close to home.
A little close to home.
Blackbeard stop there. Okra Croak.
I hate South Carolina. They think they're the better Carolina.
Yeah.
They are not.
They don't have the better barbecue.
They don't. They have billboards.
Mm-hmm. And they have a really racist amusement park.
You get your fireworks from south of the Carolina.
Yeah.
South of the Carolina.
South of those Carolinas.
That's the state you go down and you get your fireworks. So it's not Missouri. I'm not even going to say Myrtle Beach is all that great.
Yeah.
Myrtle Beach is kind of, not my vibe. But it does have Hilton Head, which is cool. It's got Charleston.
Gas station poops?
Yeah.
Gas station poops.
Yeah.
South Carolina
Yeah.
reminds us of gas station poops.
Florida.
This was divisive because I was ready to put Florida at the very bottom. Because, yeah, it has saving graces. It has
I've lived
Disney
in Florida.
World. It has Orlando. It has the Holy Land Bible experience. But outside of that, it's a cesspool. And it's kind of...
It's got Miami, which I've never
But
been to.
Miami's, like,
got the
known for
Keys.
being...
It's got Tampa Bay.
You're just naming trashy places, though.
Miami?
Miami is kind of trashy sometimes.
That's where you go and look for the hoochie daddy.
Can I share with you one word?
Yeah.
Alligator.
Alligators are cool.
They are like rats there. I love animals. Alligators shouldn't exist at the same time as humans. They're dinosaurs
They deserve
that made it.
But Disney World's in Florida.
I did have a really good time. Okay, can we compromise and say would visit the folks here? Because I would, and I feel like old people retire there.
Yeah. I'm not putting Florida in Bald Eagle, baby.
No. But I don't think it's that good. Do you know a single thing about Georgia?
Yeah, it's got Savannah. Savannah's cool.
Okay.
That's it.
Savannah?
And
Alright.
Atlanta.
I've been to Atlanta. It was hot. I remember it being so humid you could see the, like, it looked like fog.
I would almost say Georgia is a little bit less than a wet fart summer vacation.
Yeah. We could put it behind Connecticut. Or we could put it down here at, like, here.
Yeah, because Georgia's got some stuff.
It's got some cool stuff. You could maybe look at the stuff while you're pooping at the gas station.
Hawaii. I lived in Hawaii for 4 years.
What's up, guys? Editing Ding Dong here. I just got really curious as to why there was a Union Jack in the Hawaiian flag, and it turns out there was this guy named King Kamehameha who met up with a British seaman who gave him a flag as a show of goodwill, and King Kamehameha decided to incorporate it into the Hawaiian flag as a kind of strategy / equal term of goodwill. And yeah, then he went on to unite all of the Hawaiian islands into the Hawaiian kingdom, which is pretty fucking badass. And yeah, he was like a warrior diplomat guy. Awesome.
Don't recommend living there, really, because it is expensive.
Yeah.
Milk is like $10 to the gallon.
That's crazy.
Oh man, don't even get me started on gas in Hawaii. Everything's imported. I don't recommend living there. It does kind of lose. You start to realize that you live on an island after living there for 2 months because you've already seen everything. And you're like, wow, this is my entire world. But it's beautiful, and everything you do see in every direction you do go, there is something beautiful to see. Absolutely.
Where you want to put Hawaii?
Oh, it'd be crazy of me to not put Hawaii and Bald Eagle, baby.
You're right. I think it's gorgeous. Speaking of the greatest in the world,
Idahoans.
what do you think? Idahoans?
They got like, other than potatoes, they got what's the name of that city? They got Boise.
Yeah.
Don't know anything about
No,
it.
I just know the
Other than they got that weird football field that's blue. Wet fart summer vacay.
Illinois?
Illinois.
I don't know anything about Illinois. It's another flyover for me.
Technically, I was in Illinois for boot camp for 2 months. I did not really see any of it.
I would maybe visit the folks in Illinois if they lived in Illinois.
You're putting it that high, huh?
Oh.
I was thinking it's just a wet fart of a state.
Let's go wet fart, dude. I always trust your judgment on wet farts.
You.
Indiana, good basketball.
Yeah. The Colts play there.
I think that's another wet fart.
That is a wet fart state.
Man, we're about to fill up wet fart. But
You see this video and you live in Connecticut, you live in Idaho, you live in Illinois, you live in Indiana, and you want to plead your case, because I ain't really know much about you.
Well, listen.
Except for Illinois. Go ahead and let us know.
send in pictures. Send in videos of things that you think are pretty. Well,
Yeah.
maybe we'll reconsider the list.
We'll go back in 10 years.
Iowa.
I don't know anything about Iowa.
I know nothing about Iowa.
Wet fart.
That's
It's
kind of just
a wet fart of a
that
state.
wet fart took the place of neutral, so I feel like that's okay. I can
Yeah.
live with that.
Kansas.
Kansas.
We're on to it.
Now I feel like Kansas might sneak up on us.
No. No.
Looks just like Iowa. How about Kentucky?
Kentucky, I kind of liked when I went through it. We went to Lexington, and it was a pretty state.
Yeah. My morning jacket's from there too.
My Morning Jacket is from favorite band of all time. My Morning Jacket.
What do you think about Louisiana?
It's got New Orleans.
That's cool as fuck.
All right, yeah, but that's literally just the one street in Louisiana, the entire state of Louisiana.
Yeah, but then you have shit like that too.
Oh, you know what's in that?
What?
Alligators.
That's really pretty though.
Got a beautiful culture.
Beautiful culture.
All right, look, they've been through Katrina.
Yeah, we got to give them something.
We gotta
give
give
them.
them. We gotta give them.
I'll go. My headcanon lives there. I would retire to Florida.
Oh, I mean, I'd visit my folks there. I think.
Okay.
Just
All
because of Katrina.
Can I tell you something about Maine?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
State
TV.
fish, landlocked salmon. State bird, black-capped chickadee. State fossil, Perdica quadrifaria. State insect, European honeybee. State tree, evergreen. State herb, wintergreen. State cat, Maine coon. State animal, moose. State mammal, moose. State best friend of Maine, you.
Oh, one Frollo, who has no affiliation with Maine.
I have no affiliation with Maine either.
Never been
I know
there.
a lot of places in Maine just because of Stephen King books,
Yeah,
and he describes them a lot.
I'm sure he's very fond of it.
He loves Maine, from what I can tell. My headcanon lives in Maine. Now, how about Maryland? Maryland.
Oh man, grew up in Virginia. Maryland people, you're a little too proud of your state. It ain't that great. Wet fart.
Yeah. Massachusetts.
Got Boston. Boston's cool. Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, I would say I would visit the folks there. I don't want to spend any more time than I have to, but I would go see my parents.
Michigan.
Don't know nothing about it.
Wet fart summer vacation.
Seems like a flyover.
Now, that is my wet fart summer vacation. We went up to Michigan for a summer vacation. It was hot, surprisingly. I got the worst sunburn I ever had in my entire life. We stayed at a lake. It was about 2 feet deep. We literally were trying to find things to do to have fun on that entire trip. So we went to go buy a little Atari, and we played Pac-Man the entire week. Mississippi is lower. I'm going to say Mississippi is lower than a wet fart. Look, Mississippi, I dare say, is in-laws live here. Like, I just...
Okay, we need to fill that up.
Minnesota,
Maybe gas station.
I'd poop in Minnesota.
I would poop. I'd feel comfortable pooping in Minnesota.
Missouri. Where do we put Missouri?
Let's look at pictures of Missouri.
I mean, yeah, you could still save yourself, Missouri. You could still save yourself from your own category.
That is an arch.
But Missouri literally sounds like misery.
So I think for that alone, it's going in
Well, we gotta have something down there.
Missouri tiered. Montana. I feel like I like the idea of Montana.
Yeah.
Because it's like plainsmen, ranch hands,
Yeah.
without the Texas bullshit. I would say I would visit the folks in Montana.
Oh yeah.
I'd visit them folks up in Montana. What do you think about Nebraska? And I want you to remember Nebraska. This is an important one. Comes back with a vengeance.
Really? Because I don't know anything about Nebraska.
I don't know anything about Nebraska. You want to try wet fart summer vacay?
Yeah.
Nevada.
I like Nevada.
I like Nevada.
I like Nevada.
Area 51.
There's so much fun things you can do in
It's true.
You go to Las Vegas.
You could go to Las Vegas, yeah.
The only people that don't like Las Vegas are people that live in Las Vegas. So
I'm going to put it in...
would visit the folks?
Yeah. I would visit the folks above Louisiana and
Or
Massachusetts.
is it my headcanon lives there?
I know, maybe.
when I went to Nevada,
I was thinking about that.
I was like, I would live here.
It's pretty. Let's put it up there.
I would live there. New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. Don't know nothing about it.
Yeah. Wet fart.
Wet fart. Above Nebraska. For no reason. New Jersey.
See, the weird thing is I feel like I'm disliking New Jersey for the same reasons that I like New York.
Right. I think there are parts of New Jersey that can save it. So, like, this is in New Jersey. That's pretty. And the Jersey Shore.
Oh.
I like Pauly D just fine.
Why did it feel like you just like came out to me when
I like Pauly
Pauly
D.
D.
Listen. I think you could do worse than New Jersey. I think people hate on New Jersey a lot, but I think you can do much worse.
Okay, so what are you thinking?
I would visit the folks in New Jersey.
Okay.
I could see some folks living in New Jersey.
All right.
Okay, now this one, you do have Roswell.
Yeah. As unlike Nevada.
Yeah.
And there's more desert. There's also a lot of meth.
Cooler desert. Yeah, there's a lot of... Well, is that just the show, or... So I'm going to put Nevada... I'm feeling like the in-laws live in Nevada.
Whoa.
Or, sorry.
In New Mexico.
In New Mexico, yeah.
The in-laws?
They have gas stations?
We could put it in the in-laws, I guess. But it's kind of down there a little bit.
It is kind of down there. Let's throw a gas station.
We said some good stuff about New Mexico. It's
New York City.
Look, I like the grime.
I like New York. Queens is cool.
Queens is cool. I like Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I like the griminess of New York.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. Art. I'm a big fan of getting on the subway and seeing like a puddle of something on the train that I don't know what is.
Listen, I'm gonna say something crazy. I think bald eagle, baby. You think of America, honestly, one of the top things. The Big Apple. The Big Apple. New York City. Times Square.
No, but you're trying to
America.
You're thinking of from someone who doesn't live in America's standpoint.
Okay.
Why would you use that voice?
Oh, yeah, we go to America. We go
God.
to...
Yeah.
Well, I think, listen, what I can take away from that is New York's American. It's the melting pot.
Yeah, let's go ahead and put in Bald Eagle.
Bald Eagle, baby.
Home.
Home to some of us.
Home.
I love North Carolina.
I love it.
I think it's great.
Everyone I know that lives here does not.
I think there's definitely...
But I think that all of my friends, all of my loved ones that whine and complain about this state don't know how to enjoy the small things in life.
Yeah. There's not too many things to do just like on an off day, but like, yeah, there's a lot of like little hidden things that you can just go find and do.
Like treasure.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go to the beach
Literally
and
just go find
Blackbeard's treasure.
And we invented flying. Fuck you.
I guess my headcanon lives there because, like...
Yeah, like I wouldn't mind settling down here.
Obviously. North Dakota.
North Dakota. I don't know anything about North Dakota. It's another flyover for me.
This the south one that has the faces on the mountain, right?
That's right.
In-laws.
Actually, that sounds really accurate.
Yeah.
That honestly does seem like somewhere in-laws would move.
Sounds pretty on point.
Sorry, get out.
Here's a couple things about Ohio. It's got 3 big football teams that I can name right now. It's got the Bengals. They named that because there's nothing cool in Ohio to name their football team after, so they went, I don't know, let's name it a tiger. They got the Browns, which is the color of shit, which is what reminds me of Ohio. And it's got the Buckeyes, which is a nut. Which is, I mean, what is that? Wait, what is that?
It's a nut.
Right? It's a nut.
Yeah.
Then there's the other thing. Skyline chili, it's gross.
What the fuck is Skyline chili?
It's like it's wet spaghetti.
It's just spaghetti with chili and cheese on it?
Yeah. Lastly, you guys have a license plate that says First in Aviation. And that's cool and all. But like you said, we're first in flight. And you know why we're first in flight? Is because you guys inspired the Wright brothers to invent aviation because they wanted to get the fuck out of your ass.
Where's Ohio going for you? You sound like you got some
Missouri.
hate. Oh, wow. How do you feel about Oklahoma? I don't tell you
It's
anything.
wet fart.
I love when you say that. All right, Oregon.
Oregon is up there.
Like, Oregon, I feel like is very pretty. Isn't Twilight from Oregon?
I'm not ready
No,
to
that's
put
Seattle.
Oregon in like bald eagle.
No. But like, I
But
would,
my headcanon.
Yeah, my headcanon would live there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have nothing nice to say about Pennsylvania.
Really?
Even for historical value, it's kind of boring.
Not a fan of their football team. I'm gonna base my opinion on football.
You gotta base it on something.
I've already
yeah.
been doing it on a lot of
You gotta base it on something, dude.
But I don't really like feel great about Pennsylvania. Your disdain for it, I'm willing to follow you.
I'm gonna put it in. They have gas stations to poop at. Then
That sounds because and you know what? Put it next to Delaware, because
I
that's
agree.
the same road trip right there.
it is honestly. Yeah, you just stopped.
You
there.
stopped at the Delaware Earl of Sandwich, used the bathroom, and then you got into Pennsylvania. We're like, oh, I gotta go again.
Yeah,
I gotta go
poop.
again.
That sandwich made me have to poop.
Oh,
Rhode Island.
it's the smallest state.
It's a very weird state.
It's yeah,
I don't know why,
Got-
but it is.
they like the Patriots.
Wet fart.
Yeah, it's kind of a wet fart.
It's kind of a wet
It's very
fart.
small. Oh, you know what? It's got the Atlantic Paranormal Society.
That just bumped it up in wet fart.
But South Dakota?
That might be Missouri, dude.
And it's got its like racist monument
Yeah.
that I don't need to see.
I'm gonna throw that shit in Missouri, dude. Just honestly, maybe just for the racist monument.
Okay.
It's
yeah.
2024. You can't.
Yeah.
There's no excuse. Tennessee. You're the only 10 I see.
I like Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee's fine.
I like it.
Seems like a tamer Texas.
I've been to Chattanooga. That's a little fun fact about Frolo. Whenever I visit a place, I like to just come up with things to tell the people that I'm with. Like, the one I came up with for Chattanooga was that they have a cryptid called the Bully Goat. Chattanooga Bully Goat. It's just a really mean goat that lives in Chattanooga, and sometimes farmers have to deal with the bully goat.
That sounds like a real.
And it's like
American
it sounds
cryptid,
like it, but it sounds like a chupacabra kind of thing.
yeah,
right?
yeah, like
But it's just kind of like cranky.
yeah.
And then they also eat Chattanooga Dewey eggs, which is like a hard-boiled egg but with mayonnaise on it.
That's gross.
None of it's real. Chattanooga was cool though.
Say it on 3. 1, 2, 3.
My headcanon lives there.
Texas. Here's
I'm
what I
gonna
say,
give you a
before
really-
we judge anything based on like scenery or anything, get it the fuck together, Texas.
And your football team sucks. And you know which one I'm talking about.
All around. Pick it up. Get it together. Anyway, the scenery of Texas. What do we think of just...
Well, it's such a big state, so it kind of depends. I'm too biased. I was raised to hate the Dallas Cowboys.
Let's just say they have gas stations to poop there. They have gas
They
stations
got
to
Austin.
poop.
I would, Austin. You got to keep it
Yeah,
weird.
yeah.
Keep it weird down in Austin.
If you guys can get it together more, and just kind of come together as a state, we'll put you higher up. That's fine. But we need to see improvement before that can happen.
Utah. Drove through Utah.
They discovered the Utah Raptor.
Utah also has a very unique problem. Colts.
True!
There's Colts in Utah.
Yeah,
It's kind of weird.
that is weird.
There's some weird
We're
stuff.
not going to say which ones.
Beautiful state, though. Drove through it. They do this thing where they put creamer in their soda, and I tried it one time. It's pretty good.
To be fair, this guy once told me to try peanuts and Coke, and that shit is really good.
That's a Texas thing, too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, Texas, I'd love to rate you higher. Get it together, though.
Get us together.
I would argue would visit the folks here.
Yeah.
Just with, I feel like anything that we're like...
I was getting ready to put it, like, kind of low, and then the more I thought about Utah, the more I was, like, able to, like, kind of brush over some stuff. Virginia. Grew up in that area.
I grew up in Virginia.
Grew up in that town.
I grew up in, like, Norfolk, Virginia. So...
I grew up a little higher.
It was different than, like,
Oh,
pretty mountains and all that.
Caleb and I know two different Virginias.
Yeah.
Because you know the coast.
I know very northern beach, Navy,
You
Virginia.
know very urban Virginia.
Yeah.
I know where, like, people still think there's a Civil War going on.
Yeah. I would put it in...
Wet fart summer vacation.
Really? I was going to say would visit the folks, but yeah, maybe wet fart summer vacation.
They do have good ham.
They do have nice ham. Vermont. Vermont's gorgeous, dude. I don't have a bad thing to say about Vermont.
I don't have a bad thing to say about Vermont.
It seems beautiful.
It does seem beautiful.
There, we'll put Vermont.
Like, it would be kind of weird if we, like, put Maine all the way up there and it's just, like, kind of the same thing. I might be totally wrong, but...
Let's put Vermont in lower would visit the folks.
So you're going to put Maine all the way up in my head canon?
I like Maine. It's my headcanon, not yours. Vermont right there. Maine.
Let's move Maine down if we're moving.
Maine right here.
Yeah, and then let's move Vermont. Why would we not put Vermont and Maine in the same category?
Because they're two different states. We're not lumping together.
But they're the same thing. Hey, Caleb. Can we put Texas down in Missouri?
Yeah, I agree.
Because get your shit together.
Get it the fuck together. I'm not going to fucking tell you again, Texas.
Yeah.
Washington. Can I say something about Seattle?
Yeah. I've been waiting.
I'm a hockey guy. I like hockey. Seattle has one of the most fucked up mascots I've ever seen. And they call their fans the crackheads. Seattle is like dirtier Oregon.
Really?
I don't know. I've never been to either one.
Let's do this, all right? Let's say this. I'm pretty sure Crater Lake is in Washington.
Okay.
It might be in Oregon,
That's
but I'm
kinda
pretty
cool.
sure in Washington. That's pretty cool. Drake features an album cover of the Space Needle. No. I know it's a building that's in Washington.
Yeah,
right?
it's the Space Needle.
He lost the rap.
Yeah, that's true. Just because of Kendrick bias, we're going to have to throw it down here.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of national parks and stuff.
Let's put it up in a high wet fart then. Well, no. If it's got the good national parks. Because I agree with you on that. National parks make it.
Yeah.
Let's put it in would visit the folks. A low would visit the folks.
Yeah. It's definitely like low in there on the would visit the folks because of Drake.
Because of Drake.
Who has no
Look at what you
affiliation
did.
with
You're not even from there. Look at what you did. What do you think about
Who's-
Wisconsin?
Alright, look. I'm sorry. And I ain't gonna cut this out. You motherfuckers are weird.
Are you going to provide any context?
Y'all say big instead of bag.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are weird.
Wisconsin. Yeah, that's weird.
Oops. Oh, excuse me.
Let me scoot by you.
Go by you real quick. Oh,
Sorry about that. Let me get
geez.
by you.
I forgot to put the groceries in the big.
They're weird. We should have put a category that was just, you're just kind of weird.
You guys are just kind of weird.
It's just a little off.
I got gas stations.
They do have gas stations.
I just wanted to add some like banter about how weird you guys are.
West Virginia is like, the in-laws live here. I know what they say. They're like, Mountain Mama, take me home.
West Virginia.
There is so much
also
family love in West Virginia.
Here's the thing about your in-laws in West Virginia. Is that they're also just your parents.
That's what I'm saying. There is so... Listen. Families in West Virginia, they like to keep it in the family, if you know what I'm saying.
In-laws live here.
In-laws live here, dude. Dude, they're lucky it's not Missouri.
Back to Wyoming.
Back to Wyoming. What do you know about Wyoming?
It's kind of just the same thing as Montana, I feel like. Just
Yeah.
a slightly different place. So would to visit the folks there. My thing is like I'm feeling less on Montana.
Yeah. You want to move Montana down to wet fart?
Yeah,
'Cause it's
and
not terrible.
I want to. But there's so much in wet fart already.
Well, there's a lot of wet fart states. If you'll notice, all of the states that we've put in there are like, for the most, no offense, for the most part, you're driving through them on a road trip to get to somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's,
Wyoming.
no offense, nobody
Also
takes a
wet
destination road trip to Idaho.
No.
What are we feeling with Wyoming? Is that
kind of a
another
wet fart. It's just kind of a wet fart.
I feel like we could do the same with
I
Nebraska.
feel like I would eat a really good burger in Wyoming.
Yeah. Maybe a bison burger, and you'd be like,
This is good.
this is really good.
Good. If I was in Wyoming, I would stop at a diner somewhere and get a coffee.
How do you feel about Nebraska? I don't know a damn thing about Nebraska. I'm gonna look up picture of Nebraska because it's the last one. Skyline chili.
Oh my God, Ohio.
Okay. I was getting ready to throw away Nebraska. That's pretty
cool.
cool.
Look at that thing. Look at that car.
That's pretty damn cool. I would visit the folks there. I think.
I'd visit my folks in Nebraska.
Wait,
I would visit my folks in any of these states.
Todd. Remember Nebraska. Nebraska.
Wait, we didn't.
We didn't think that highly of Nebraska the first time.
They got us. They got us.
They fucking
Because we didn't
tricked
put
us.
Nebraska in the same bracket. So now we've been exposed as folks.
Well, this is a different Nebraska. This is Nebraska before. This is our idea of Nebraska. This is Nebraska.
Why do I feel like butter comes from Nebraska? That's Wisconsin.
Yeah, you're right. It's probably Wisconsin then.
Hey, you guys are weird.
Keep it weird, Wisconsin.
Keep it weird.
And get your shit together, Texas.
Yep.
Well, this is our America tier list, dude.
Welcome.
If you live in one of the good ones,
If you're
congratulations. You made it.
If you live in somewhere else in the world and you want to come visit, maybe.
Look at these places. This is your new travel guide. If you live in any of the lower states, there's nothing wrong with that. We like those too. They just, maybe we haven't visited them as much or we haven't seen the better sides of them.
Mm-hmm.
Show us. Show us that we're wrong.
Show us the Carfax.
Let us know what you want us to rank next.
Maybe we could rank our
12.
subscribers.
12.
Subscriber ranking video.
Once we get
12.
subscribers.
Oh my god. Smash that like,
Smash
hit that
like,
subscribe,
hit that, and
ring
don't
that-
forget to ring the bell.
ring the bell, because in our next video,
Ring the bell like they do in Pennsylvania.
we've rented out an entire military hangar to go parachuting from a B-52 plane over Northern Ireland.